What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Summer Career Mode. It is episode number 52, returning today with the season finale as we wrap up season 6 with the Premier League title in the bag. Back-to-back championships for Reading on the back of our nice winning run of 5 in a row in the league and 6 in a row in all competitions, where of course that's seeing us through to the FA Cup final today. We'll have that. That'll be our final game of the season against Arsenal at Wembley, going for second FA Cup in 3 years on the back of 3 successive finals. I think my best cup run, domestic cup run, in FC 24, but it's not going to count for anything if we come up short in the final like we did last year to Chelsea. So, yep, 2 games to go. We'll start with the first one. It is Brentford at home. They are rock bottom of the table. They've been relegated. We are high-flying in pole position. We've been crowned champions, so nothing to play for heading into this one. I just don't want to see any more injuries for that FA Cup final with Bond and Belieber both missing it, so we'll be fielding mostly a backup side for this one. Our final Premier League game, meaningless but we'll play it regardless. Brentford away at the G-Tech. Come with you, Royals. Yeah, when you play that final game of the season, I often talk about this. If there's nothing to play for, it's nice to give a send-off to a few players that you won't see again. Like Renato, as we know, is joining Brighton. 09, I can't see him being here next year as well. Don't know about Shaw, to be honest. It's nice to give players a send-off, really. But I've got Amdouni out there as well as he bends in the opener too. He's got a very, very slim chance of getting in the top 3 for goals. He can't win the Golden Boot, but top 3 I think is still slightly possible, but he needs to go on a mad one on the final day. Oh, what a ball that is to Keane Lewis Potter. And the youngster, it's denied by Bennett. He's got 21 clean sheets for the season, so I was definitely going to start him today. I'd like him to get to 22. That would be a personal best. And that is a brilliant, brilliant save, to be fair. Of all the youth academy goalkeepers I've had in FC 24, Kaczmarek, Nagash, that's Fatos Gashi, Lance Knight at Fulham. Honestly, I think that the Bennett is probably my favourite of the lot. I love that. The final one of all of them. And I think he's become my favourite in the entirety of FC 24. I can't wait to see who we get as an academy goalkeeper for FC 25, but yeah, if Bennett is anything to go by, I should be going back to North America. Zeki Amdouni, belts in the second one. I think he needs 5 to get in the top 3 for scoring. He's got 2, get another 3, and yeah, I think he's top 3 for Premier League scoring this season. That's why I started him. Robertone to Carl Soler, nice ball through, Lewis Potter, just did me in there, and there's the goal. Well, I really wanted to get Bennett his 22nd clean sheet of the season, but denied Keane earlier, couldn't do it back to back. And Brentford back in it. Don't want to surrender the winning run on the final day either, man. So, granted, I know it doesn't count for anything, but as we know, form is so OP, and thus, if we can go into that cup final, on the back of 7 straight wins in all competitions, we got a golden chance. But a slip up right beforehand, like I said, form, it counts in all the competitions you're in, so that is a disappointing way to end if so. And yep, that is going to do it. 7 wins in a row in all competitions leading into that final, courtesy of the Amdouni brace. And like I said just a moment ago there, you might not think it, but form does carry on through the multiple competitions you're in. So if you have a slip up, even in a meaningless game or like a knockout in a Carabao Cup when you're thrown out a backup side, you might not think it, but it still affects your form heading into your next league game, for example. So if you can get those wins in succession and keep it going, it really does increase your chances of continuing that good form heading into the next one. And our next one is the biggest game of the season, FA Cup final against Arsenal, and a great way to go into it, winning 7 straight. And so as we end the season with one final look at the Premier League table, you see in the end, after Wolves lost to Man City on the final day, we do see the gap remain at 10 points to end the season. A big, big distance between the two teams. But of course, so recently we were behind them in the table. Just goes to show you how important that form is, man. We got a great run. Man City started to stumble a little bit, and it's those slip-ups that allowed us in, and once they did slip up, we took full advantage. So champions again, back-to-back titles, only 58 goals scored. That's the lowest in the top 5, but only 21 conceded. I've said this before, man, but like, even though it's an incredible defensive record, I don't think I'll ever beat that Chelsea record of only 15 conceded in a league season. Never done it. I don't think I ever will. Day and again, Arsenal are out of the top 4 alongside Man City. Liverpool 5th, Manchester United 6th, better than last year, and Spurs in 7th, with Wolves, West Ham and Leicester wrapping up the top 10. The bottom 3 already confirmed on the final day: Bristol City, Sheffield United and Brentford as well. And as for the individual awards, well, unfortunately I couldn't get Amdouni into the top 3 in the end, or even the top 5, but Haaland winning the Golden Boot once more, 24 in 37, no shocks there, with Nesri in 2nd, Nunez in 3rd. Amdouni was again 6th with 18 and 32, still a good ratio, but sadly couldn't get into the top 5. Anderson was also in the top 20 though, with 12 in 35. You'd love to see that. Wilhelma having a great season for us, but he did not reclaim his assist title. That went to Ice Cold Palm with 17 in 37. Haaland with 2nd in assists as well, with Amdouni and Anderson the 3 and 4 for assists. We had a few Reading players in the top 20 as well. Before the Golden Glove, it is 3rd straight for the American Bennett, 21 in 38. Couldn't get to that Petr Cech record in the end, fell 3 short of equaling it, but still, Golden Glove, 3 in a row for our young American wonder kid. Oh, no way. And he actually made team of the tournament this time as well. About time, honestly. 3 straight Golden Gloves. Finally, this time, he doesn't get snubbed. Bennett gets his first award alongside Mendes, Kunje, Kasunu and Bond back in the team season again. Midfielders Anderson, Odegaard, Martinelli and Foden. And the top 2, Hassan and Haaland of Aston Villa and Manchester City as well. So was he goalkeeper of the tournament then, in the end as well? Bennett too? Yep, that's one of the first times you'll see it. Goalkeeper of the tournament and getting in the team of the season as well. About right. And I just stopped short of this because I saw in the news article who it had been awarded to, player of the season, but I must say, I think this is probably not deserved, if I'm being totally honest, man. I mean, listen, he was top 5 for assists. He was in the top 6 for goals as well. But Haaland was above him in both categories. So how Zeki bested him to this award, I really don't know. Player of the season, man, I think you need to work on it. I love these animations. I think they're fantastic. And this, I've said before, I'll praise EA when they deserve it. This is fantastic, really immersive, and a great little touch as well. But the awarding of the certain awards do need to be changed. But of course, it's not individual awards we care about. Nah. It's all about those team trophies. As we head into this one, FA Cup final against Arsenal, going for our first ever domestic double. Last year we had the chance against Chelsea after winning the title beforehand, and in the end lost the final. So heading into this one, looking for revenge against the Gunners here. Another London side at Wembley, and aim to reclaim the FA Cup, which we won 2 years ago against Bolton Wanderers in our first ever cup final. So heading into this one, I'd say we're favourites. We had the better domestic season, but heading into it, though, Arsenal's team, you'd probably say, is slightly better than ours. They've got 87 rated Carter section between the sticks and the back four is Milton Cuffy, Schurz, Marquinhos at 87 there, Vet and Parisi at 86 at left back. Lower Dice is there and command supporting 90 overall Martin Odegaard and Lee Kang in the front three. Goodness gracious. Bukayo Saka 90 on the right, Rutter through the middle now 86. Great complete forward, and Jeremy Pino 87 rated. One of the kind of like underrated, great young superstar players you can buy, but it's an incredible team. So no doubt about it, definitely feeling, I was going to say favourites again. I have to say, look at the lineup now, maybe not. I'd say dead even. Could go either way this one. FA Cup final against Arsenal, aiming to reclaim our trophy and win it for the second year in 3. Let's get it back in the cabinet. Come on, you Royals. Yeah, Doxy boy backtracking, but I don't think you can blame him. Honestly, that is a ridiculous Arsenal team, isn't it? So good. And you think about some of the players they got on the bench as well. I mean, this is going to be a very, very tough final. As Harry Kane is on that Arsenal bench, still searching for that first major honour himself. As we've seen in the save, it's been crazy, but the curse has continued due to... Oh, great save, kind of Setchi Aziz, blocked off by Parisi at the far post. He didn't win anything with Bayern in the first 2 seasons. Then he left them, and then Bayern won the three-peat in the Bundesliga. And, yeah, Arsenal haven't won since he joined. It was Amdouni hits the crossbar, and Fabiano gets it away. And today at Wembley, you must be thinking, surely, God, surely this time. You can't keep this from me again, can you? Against Reading? Come on, let me have this. But it's the Royals. Off to a good start. First kind of Setchi, then the woodwork though. Keeps it at 0-0 for now. There's Odegaard, finds Rutter. And we know his passing is really good as well. Bennett comes out but doesn't get there. And Pino gives Arsenal the lead. 13 minutes in. I said it pre-game. He's one of the underrated young superstars, if you will. Beats Bennett to the ball. Makes it 1-0. Something I've noticed when you bring goalkeepers out for through balls, oftentimes they kind of go to the side of the ball. You might have seen there with Bennett. He sort of went a bit to the side, not really going straight onto it. And that allows a little bit of space for the opposition forward to run onto. And if he wins the 50-50 battle, he's got basically a full sighted goal to aim at. And you're going to miss with the goal gaping. And this time, Bennett makes the save as he pushes that shot behind for a corner. But what a fast start at Wembley, man. 20 minutes in, 2 shots for either side. Woodwork's been rattled and a goal's been scored as well. Unfortunately, that was for Arsenal. Still 1-0, but... yeah, definitely a lot more chances. This game being played very openly, very expansive, very quick, and more chances to come, I'm sure. As kids, oh no. Pino denied by Bennett once again. Still 1-0, but this is a rapid, fast start at Wembley. As the Gunners win themselves yet another corner, and I think we need to weather this storm here because we've lost our bearings a bit. Bennett once again with a brilliant save. Man, oh man. I mean, granted, maybe for the goal he didn't get his angles right, but he certainly bailed me out a couple of times there. That is a fantastic flying save. Saka's delivery to the far post, and up in the air. Haynes gets it behind, and we are absolutely... Oh, the guy's lost the ball. We are absolutely penned right now. That should have been another corner. Thankfully, Martin lost his bearings. As Bennett plays a lovely ball through to Gurev, to be fair. This is ridiculous. I can't get a breather right now. Let me concentrate, guys. Hold on. Anderson, saved by Karnasechi. Whole game. There's not been a break. This is ridiculous. 34 minutes in. This is about as open as a game as you are going to see. Still trailing by 1, but surely a level is coming as Amdouni heads just over. Nice chance of half falling to Arsenal. Just got to defend this here. Yeah, William Binden. Don't worry about trying to get the ball forward. There's only enough time for an attack, so just hoof it. Just make sure we stay only down by 1. That was a first half played at 1,000,000 miles an hour, and unfortunately Arsenal had the composure to get the only goal so far. How it's still only 1-0, I don't know. Chances galore. Arsenal lead courtesy of Pino, but I'm sure it's not going to end up at 1-0. That will be a shocker. I'm sure it's going to be another goal. Question is, who gets the all-important second? Oftentimes it's games like this where it's separated by just a goal, but both teams have played well. The second is absolutely crucial, and I know it sounds obvious, but it's true. If the team that were leading get a second, that really knocks the stuffing out of the other side, who have been playing well, just down under rubber to green. But if the team who are trailing get the goal, and it goes back to all square, oftentimes that can really change momentum. And I'm sure we'll get another... Oh! Get up. I can't have said you there. Just about got away with it. I'm sure we'll get a chance, man. If we get it, we've got to take it. Hold on. Oh, no. Wrong decision. Come on. Easy. Shut down by Femi. Someone get in the middle. Not again. How on earth have we not scored? Karnasechi again. I'm gonna bring off Aziz for McGree, who's normally so clutch for me on that right hand side. But how have we not scored, man? Chance after chance after chance. To be fair, Karnasechi's made some great saves, but even so hit the woodwork as well. I can't believe we haven't got a goal yet. We definitely deserve one. Just have not been clinical enough. Enzo tries to get away through the gap. This might be the dagger. This might do it. Final chance. Ball game. I can't believe we've lost this. I really can't. Jota with the second off the bench. It's over. I said pre-game, I was like, are we favourites or are we not? I think it's dead even. It was dead even of a contest. But it just came down to who was more clinical. Back-to-back losses in cup finals. Thank God we won one a couple of years ago. But it doesn't stop it from hurting any less. I can't, but how have we not scored in this game? Incredible. Karnasechi was, to be fair, on one in that game, but my finishing certainly was not. What a disappointing end to a really good season. CL quarterfinals in our first of the year where the ball wanted us to get to. Third cup final in a row, yet somehow could not get a goal and in the end lost 2-0. So disappointing. Doesn't detract from a great season. Back-to-back Premier League titles, 3 straight cup finals, but man, oh man, I've choked again. Absolutely bottled at the final hurdle. Gunners run out winners. To me, as I have always said, the hallmark of a good game though is when you can have fun even when you don't win, and this was definitely one of those games. I know it sounds crazy, but for me it's all about enjoyment. I would rather lose a game, lose a final, but have really enjoyed the contest and win 5-0 in a really boring demolition job. I know it sounds crazy, but to me it's all about personal enjoyment. That was a really fun game, man. I gotta be honest, really fun game, but unfortunately just came down, it was more clinical. I mean, it was such an open game. We had the woodwork. Carnesecchi made a couple of great saves. That XG was higher than the Gunners, but it was a very even contest, really. Could have gone either way. Just came down to who was more lethal. And in the end, Doxy boy being a pacifist, well, that came back to haunt him. Does that make sense? Not really. But even so, Arsenal with the win, 2-0, and it's back-to-back cup final heartbreak for Reading. But finally, Harry Kane gets his hands on a major honour. Unfortunately, at the expense of Reading. So, yep, Arsenal run out winners. They end the domestic double dreams at Wembley. And end the domestic double dreams for good as well. Because that is our final game of the save. But also, my final game of FC24. I didn't want to spoil it. I wanted to keep it a secret. But I wanted to end on a high. But it just goes to show you don't always get what you want in life. You can try really hard. You can do your absolute best. You can still come up short. But you can still be thankful and be grateful and have enjoyed the experience as well. We definitely did. It's been such a fun season, man. Again, Champions League quarter-final, heartbreak, penalty shootout, knockout to PSG. It was such a fun year in the CL. FA Cup final, heartbreak once again for the second straight year. Last year in extra time, this year in normal time to the Gunners. But back-to-back Premier Leagues, and that is how we'll end the season, but also end the save and end FC24 for gameplay for me as well. It's been a really fun year. I didn't want to spoil it, but yeah, that is my final game of FC24. Did my best, but simply just couldn't get over the line. Is that a metaphor? I'm not entirely sure, but Arsenal FA Cup winners as I lose my final game of FC24. Hurts, man. Hurts, but even so, still a really fun final that. And so, as we end the season and the save with one final look at the winners of the other competitions around the world, beginning with the Carabao Cup, where Newcastle United, as a championship side this year, beat Man City by 3-1 in the final. Of course, just saw the FA Cup there. So moving on to the European competitions, where in the Conference League, once again, we saw an English side go all the way to the final and win it as well. Aston Villa beating Lyon by 2-1. Yeah, English sides always seem to win the Conference Leagues in my save. But as for the Europa League, there was another English side getting to the final and winning it too. Yep, English double. Spurs beating Villarreal by 2-0 in the Europa League final. And was it the trifecta of English teams winning European honours? Well, of course, it wasn't going to be us, because after making it through the group and the last 16 over Sevilla, we were then knocked out by one of the favourites, Paris Saint-Germain, on penalties in the quarters. But one English side remained, that was Man City, going all the way to the final to take on PSG. And it was indeed a trifecta. Man City avenged the demons for us. Well done, boys, beating PSG on pens 5-4 as they ran out Champions League winners. And English 1-2-3. How long is it going to take for Ipswich Town to win the Champions League in my career mode next year? That's the real question though, right? But as for the championship, well, Newcastle United setting records, beating that Reading record themselves with 117 points. Like we said, with the team they've got in the championship, not doing that would have been a disappointment. Bournemouth in second place, with the playoffs being Brighton, Luton, Preston and Watford with the bottom three in the second tier this year being Birmingham, Plymouth and Charlton Athletic. And as for League One, Stoke champions, Blackpool second, and the playoffs Huddersfield, Barnsley, Oxford United and Sheffield Wednesday, with the bottom four being Wycombe Wanderers, Swindon Town, Mansfield and Salford. And as for the fourth and final English tier available, Bradford, Northampton and Gillingham the top three in the playoffs, Wrexham Crew, Stockport and Carlisle United. And this year's bottom place team, was it Sutton? Yeah, it was indeed Sutton. It's often Sutton United for me, Sutton United. As for Ligue 1, didn't win the Champions League, didn't win win the championship in France either. A rare year where PSG don't win it. Monaco finishing 12 clear to win the French first tier in this year's career mode season. Wow, what a title race in Germany. 4 teams separated by a single point, and it was Dortmund. Go on, boys. Dortmund winning the title, Leverkusen second, Wolfsburg in third, and Bayern Munich in fourth in this year's German top tier. Napoli might have lost to PSG in the Champions League semis, but they did win the Italian Championship. Roma second and Fiorentina in third, with Milan fourth, Inter fifth, and Juve in sixth. One of the reasons I love the Serie A, man. It's different every year. You never know who's going to win it. And as for the Eredivisie this season, PSV on top, finishing 5 clear of Ajax to win the Dutch top tier this season. Another crazy title race as well, and look at that. Liga Portugal, so Porto champions, but Vitória Guimarães. Goodness gracious, I've never seen them be involved in a title race before in any of Marseille's. They almost won it this year, only 1 point behind the champions Porto and Sporting in second, with Benfica in fourth and Braga in fifth. That's the highest I've ever seen them finish. That's lovely stuff, that, a real throwback. And as for the Scottish Premier League, Rangers dominant, 16 clear of Celtic at the end of first phase, with only 1 loss in 33, and as I always say, it's the first phase, you can't check the second phase, you just got to assume they're champions, as Rangers were in pole position. As for La Liga this season, Barcelona on top once again, 7 clear of Real Madrid, Bilbao in third, and Atletico in fourth in this year's La Liga. Wait, sorry, just before I move on, Villarreal's B team were in La Liga this year. Shouldn't be allowed, shouldn't happen, but they made an exception this year. There's a rule where a B team can't be in the top tier, or in the same division, I should say, as a parent club. But Villarreal's B team, they made an exception this year. Villarreal's B team were in La Liga, if only for a solitary season. Bit immersion breaking, but still kind of cool. And as for the final two, as always, well, Victor Osimhen's new club, at least temporarily, were Turkish Super League winners, finishing 13 clear of Fenerbahce to win the Turkish First Division this season. And as for the MLS, as we always say, just getting going, it's LAFC who have jumped up to the fastest start, 2 points clear of Houston Dynamo, as we take a look at both conferences here. So that is that. I've just promoted one of our youth goalkeepers who wanted a pro deal as well to end the season. Not that it really matters, of course, now, but even so, as the save comes to an end and we take one final look at this Reading team, I've got to say, man, I'm really, really pleased. Can I just do this real quick as well? I know actually Belieber and Bond are injured, but I want to put them back in as well, just because obviously now it doesn't really matter, but it'll be nice to have them in there. Who am I taking off the bench? Just put Rodriguez off the bench. There we go. And I believe we're on the bench. So yeah, what a fantastic Reading team we built together, man. Of course, 6 seasons with the side, and it was just so fun. 4 years in the top tier, and then of course back-to-back Championship and League One promotions before we got here. But what a fun team we built, man. And one of the things that I love about the side as well is that I often say when you begin an RTG, you know that very few players are going to be with you for the long term. But I mean, we had 2 of them that remained starters throughout the entire time we were here. That was Femi Aziz on the right, and of course Tyler Binden, who was our club captain as well. But what a great team. I love the youth players as well. One of my most used youth player saves in this year's FC as well. Bennett between the sticks, Haynes and Bond in the back line, but also Vilhelmer Anderson, who became one of our best players in just 3 years here. I mean, honestly, so cool. And knowing as well we have players on the bench too. Just promoted this guy, that's Ewan Sim, but he would have been our backup goalkeeper for the new year, so that would be 5. Then we also had the likes of Bishop and Rodriguez, 6 and 7 are on the bench. There's a couple out on loan that I'll be looking to use next season as well. But again, so many players still stayed here from the beginning. I'll say so many players. A few players still stayed here. Harvey Nibs, Kanaya Boyce Clark as well. Really, really cool. But just a super fun Reading team, man. A really fun team to build. And what I liked about it too was it was a challenge as well. We weren't given good budgets, really, throughout the entire save. I mean, even this year, we were given, what, 70 million? But in modern day football, for a side going into the Champions League and their 4th year in the Premier League, it's not a lot. It's not a lot of money to work with. So we were working with shoestring budgets prior to this season, of course. We were given like 20 mil per season at best. It was so cool having to be forced to use the academy and be forced to look for those budget buys. But we picked up some great steals throughout the course of the save. Probably none better than this man right here as well. That's Dennis Shirkin, who grew a rating to 83 overall. Of course, got injured during the season, but What a pickup, man. Released by Sunderland, came in on a free, and was our starting left-back for 5 of the 6 years we were here at the Medeski. You love to see it out, but just such a fun save. I mean, such a fun save, and our final season, I really wanted to end it with a treble, and then I thought, okay, treble dreams are gone. Let's try and get the domestic double to bottle it in the final. Once again, just like last year, such a shame, but it's still been such a fun save, man. 3 major honours in 3 years, an FA Cup and back-to-back Premier Leagues as well. Taking Reading to 3 straight FA Cup finals too. Not many teams have done that in English football history. That's such a great achievement, but most importantly, just such a fun save. I mean, I had so much fun with this. I knew it was going to be my final save when I began it. I really wanted to win a European honour, but I'm not going to say no to 3 major honours in 3 years for a club that hadn't won a single trophy before we took over. Reggie Bond, Agent Bond, man, up 3-88. Shame about the injury ruling him out for the final. Would we have won the final had Reggie been there? Probably not, let's be honest. But even so, Reggie Bond, one of my favourite youth players of FC24. And let's say it together. The name's Bond. Reggie Bond. Oh, he knows. That's why he's nodding. But yeah, just such a fun save, man. And I just want to say thank you so I forgot about him. The Lumberjack. Such a fun save. And I just want to say for watching Season 6, but also the entire save, thank you so much, guys. Because it's been genuinely one of my favourite saves of FC24. I've really enjoyed it. My first ever time starting in League One. Yep, my first ever time starting in the third tier of English football. My first ever time using Reading. But it was just so much fun. Really enjoyed it. From the start to the finish. It's a shame we couldn't end with the glory, with the Champions League or a domestic double, but it was still such an enjoyable save for me. Really enjoyable. This guy was so clutch since we signed him, man. Riley McGree. Streets won't forget the clutchness of Riley McGree, the Aussie. But yeah, thank you guys. Thank you so much. It's been an amazing save. It's been a fantastic career mode. But also, for my final one of FC24, there's not enough time for a new season before FC25 comes out in 7 days' time. Well, no, 6 days' time now. But yeah, it's been great, man. It's been absolutely great. And FC24 has been so fun for me as well. I've really enjoyed it. It's been, I've said it before and I'll say it again, my hardest version of the franchise I've ever played, not even close. This has been a season, or a save, I should just save. This has been an FC year where I haven't actually won as much as I normally do, but I genuinely think I made it more enjoyable. Not just for me, but for you guys viewing as well, because it wasn't like, you know, guaranteed that in 4 years we were going to win a Champions League treble. No, things were different. We had 6 full seasons here. Never even got to a European final. You know, so it was such a fun and challenging save, but throughout the course of FC24 in general, that's the best way I'd describe it. Challenging, but fun. It's been really awesome, and I'm hoping we'll have more of the same in FC25 as well. So yeah, from the bottom of my heart, guys, thank you so much for watching the save. It's been one of my favourite of FC24, but also, thank you for watching me throughout the course of FC24. It's felt like one of my most supported FC/FIFA years ever. I've really felt the love from you guys in the comments, just with the views alone, but also the support you guys have given me on the socials as well. Had some great comments and messages from you guys. Really means the world to me. Thank you so much for that. It's been awesome, and I'm ready for FC25 now. So what we'll do is we'll have one final, what you call series finale with this. Look at Pinto growing 11 ratings. We'll have one final series finale where we'll do like the absolute best bits, if you will, of the summer career mode. We'll do like the best moments of this save, because it was such a fun one. So I'm going to make a compilation, a series finale, the best moments, and I'll then do my plans for FC25 video, and that'll be my final one coming out in 2 days' time. So guys, thank you so much. It's the final time you'll hear me doing a career mode episode this year live. But yeah, thank you so much, guys. It's been an amazing FC year. It's been an amazing save. I've thoroughly enjoyed it from start to finish. It may not have been the fairy tale ending we were wanting, but it just goes to show you don't always get what you want in life. You can still thoroughly enjoy it and find the joy in the positives as well. We certainly did this Reading save. It was such a challenge, especially with the limited budgets, but what a fun challenge it was. Guys, much love, sincerely, from the bottom of my heart. I know I say it all the time, but it's not a catchphrase. I don't print it out and put it on a t-shirt and ask you to buy it for £15. No. It's from the heart. Much love, guys. I really appreciate you, and we'll be back with a series finale, a compilation of the best bits of the summer career mode, and that'll be our final technical episode of the entire save before the plans for FC25 video. Much love, guys, and I'll see you for the series finale very soon. Come on, you Royals.